love, loss, and reunion. It all began when Menuka, the great Apsara from heaven, came to earth to distract sage Vishwamitra from his deep meditations. Armed with her mesmerizing beauty and dance, she succeeded in her mission. Soon following this incident, Menuka bore a child. Unfortunately, Vishwamitra was enraged at the loss of his virtue gained through decades of discipline and left her and her child to return to his work. Forlorn, she realized she would not be able to leave her child with its father. Having to return to heaven herself, she left the baby girl in a forest and descended from earth. It was in this forest that Kannu Muni found the child protected by a flock of Shakuni birds who shielded her with their large wings. Thus, the little girl was christened Shakuntala. Kannu Muni took her back to his ashram, where she was raised with care. Shakuntala grew up to be an amiable young girl, whose best friends were the animals, plants, earth, and other entities of nature. Her closest playmates were Priyambada and Anushuva. One day, King Dushyant, who had lost his troops while hunting, wandered into the ashram where he met Shakuntala. During this encounter, Shakuntala and Dushyant fell deeply in love with each other. The king resided there for some time, after which he had to return to his palace to prepare for a war. Before leaving, he married Shakuntala at the ashram and gave her a ring which bore the royal seal and fervent promises to reunite with her as soon as possible. Shakuntala spent her days in dreams and thoughts of her love. Her engrossment in such thoughts caused her to neglect all her regular duties and activities of the ashram. One day, a powerful rishi, Durvasha Muni, came to the ashram and asked her for some water. Engaged in her thoughts of her husband, she failed to notice the rishi and paid no heed to his requests. Infuriated, the rishi cursed her, such that the person she was dreaming about would forget about her entirely. Agitated, her friends Priyambada and Anushuva went and explained to the rishi that she had recently been lost in thoughts of her husband, who she hadn't seen in weeks. On hearing this, he softened and granted that if she showed him a personal token, he would remember her again. As time passed, Dushyant failed to return for her as promised, and Shakuntala set out for the palace. As she left, all the trees, animals, and people of the ashram came to bid her farewell. While on the boat, her ring slipped off of her finger and into the river without her notice. When she reached the court, to her intense dismay, she found that her husband didn't remember her. Looking down to her fingers, she realized that her ring was missing, without which she had no personal token to produce. Hurt and humiliated, she returned to a wilder part of the forest, where she bore a son, Bharat. She raised Bharat to be a strong boy, skilled in archery and swordsmanship. Surrounded by large wild animals, he became great friends with a lion. In the meantime, a group of fishermen who were fishing in the river found, to their great surprise, the ring that Shakuntala had dropped in their fishing nets. Amazed at the royal seal on the ring, they took it to the king's court. On seeing this ring, Dushyant remembered all the memories of his wife. He immediately set out in search of her to the ashram. When he didn't find her there, he proceeded deeper into the jungle till he saw a young boy playing fearlessly with a grown lion. Intrigued by this sight, he asked the boy his name. In reply, he told the king that he was Bharat, son of Shakuntala. With sudden hope, he asked Bharat to direct him to his mother. At long last, he was reunited with his family. He took her back to his palace, where Bharat grew up to rule our country, which was named Bharatvarsha after him. We will now start the dance drama Shakuntala.